Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Live from the Works. Oh, guess what I forgot to do? I didn't refresh the YouTube chat. Failure bell. This is becoming a theme, isn't it? Oh dear. Anyway, how... Excuse me. How are we all doing? I hope you're all well. I had COVID while I was gone. That wasn't much fun. Was it while I was gone? Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, a couple of weeks. Yeah. No, I had COVID. Not much fun. Anyway, yes. Sorry, I am just in the middle of sending someone some recordings that I sent them and they've lost. So I've got to go find them again. So bear with me. How are we all doing, by the way? Hope everyone's all right. Yeah, like I said, I had COVID, so haven't been very well. We ripped through my whole household, and everyone has suffered dreadfully, apart from my wife, weirdly, although she did have the vaccine, so, yeah. Yeah, so she got off quite lightly. So, oh dear, hence the coughing. Anyway, yes, stuff, things, sentences, words. Trying to think of stuff to say. What else has been going on? Yeah, I'd done the talk last time. I did. Yes, we did. We covered that. What else has been going on? Not a lot, to be honest. Just found a new builder. That's hopefully being done in October, so I will finally be able to clear all of the stuff out of the studio. Once that's done, around mid to late October, that should be done. So yeah, happy about that. Here we are, commissions. I think it must have been this lot. Here we go. That's it. Cool. Send. There we are. Deary me. Right, I'll fix the YouTube chat now while that's all going on. 1 second. There we go. Done. Right, sorted. Happy days. That's now sent. Right, YouTube chat. YouTube chat. Chat about YouTube. Oh dear. Who's in the chat room? East Coast Steam is here. Hello to you. And so I came home from the gathering feeling rough. Turns out I had it too. Oh, bugger. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Vicky's here. Hi everybody, just me tonight, unless you count Monty the tortoise. He can't make tea. That's fine. I already love Monty unconditionally. And Visa Late is here and says, I've not actually had COVID as of yet. I don't recommend it. It's the third time I've had it and it's not much fun. Yeah, absolute load of rubbish. Anyway, never mind. Why does this not want to work? I think it's because it's not acknowledging that YouTube exists. I mean, I'd like to not acknowledge that YouTube exists, but unfortunately it's not an option. That's fine. Yeah, authorization successful. Okay. Right, there we go. And that should now come up. Any moment now. Any moment. Any moment. There we go. Right. I was not paying attention. Anyway, welcome. I've got chai latte with me today. Test kits are bloody expensive. Yeah, I've stopped testing now. So I've, yeah, but I recognise the symptoms. So, yeah, not much fun. Anyway, very different to a cold or the flu, which I don't think I've ever had the flu, thinking about it. Very, very different to a bad cold. Yeah, some very odd symptoms. This new strain's a bastard. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, wash your hands, people, and you know, yeah. Yeah, and you know, maybe don't go out if you feel ill. There's a thought. Anyway, I got chai latte this evening. I bought a milk frother, ostensibly for Jacob, because the boy loves a frothy milk, and so do I. Nice. Anyway, yeah. So the world's depressing, isn't it? We thought I did think for a bit maybe we'd binned off Trump because he disappeared, didn't he? But no, still around. which is unfortunate, but never mind. So yes, that's been going on. We're slowly slipping down the slope into full-on fascist riots any day now, so that's fun. I got flags up where I live. They've put flags up on down by the Tesco near where I live, and not the England flags. No, they've gone one out. They've put the Union flag up. I think one's upside down. But I'm half tempted to just go down there with some cable ties and put up a pride flag above the Union flags. But yeah, not sure I've got the energy, to be honest with you. But that would be hilarious. Mr. Orange doesn't know well. No, he doesn't, does he? I think he's really not well, and they're hiding it. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see. I think it's fairly obvious he is having some form of degenerative condition. Dementia seems to be the fan favourite online at the moment. I think you can't really diagnose that sort of thing remotely, but I think on that basis, that's a fairly accurate one based on some of his behaviours. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, yes. Flags. Yeah. They put some Union flags up near where I live, and spray painted a roundabout. And I wrote a letter to the council about it, and I didn't get a reply. The letter was very silly. If anyone would like to hear it, let me know. I did post it on Discord and on our Facebook page, which was... But if anyone would like a live performance, let me know, because it was silly but amusing. Yeah, so... The world's kind of depressing, isn't it? Never mind. I'm going to sit here, drink my latte, and I think we'll crack on with some model trains. Worryingly, JDV is as thick as Worryingly, JDV is as thick as about 8 planks surrounded by insulation. Yeah, but I think I think the thing is, if Trump left us tomorrow and Vance took over, he hasn't got quite the following and the Republican support that Trump has. So I think he'd have a difficult time getting anything done. I mean, certainly with the midterms coming up shortly as well, I think he would find that getting anything completed would suddenly become quite hard. When are the midterms? Next year? Yeah, next year must be. 1 year in November. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, dear. I wish all these old bastards would die off. I really do. I don't want anything bad to happen to these people, because, that's just not in my nature. But, if like, Putin or Trump just quietly let go in their sleep peacefully, it wouldn't be a bad thing. Yeah. Never mind. Oh dear. Anyway, yes. Right. What are we doing this evening? Well, we're continuing what we were doing last time, which is 3 weeks ago now. I sat here and was doing an inventory of all my model trains. For those of you who weren't there, I'll show you what's been going down. 1 second. Let's see, where's the app gone? On here somewhere, here we are. There we go. This is what we did last time. So, you can see there all the models with photos attached. And if we open up one at random, like the Peckett, for example, you look there. It's I've listed the serial number and roughly how much it would cost to replace and so on. But yeah, you can see there, all of them are listed. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to finish the inventory off. Turns out 1776 was a bad idea. 250 years is a good run, but it's time to return to the mothership. Make America Great Britain again. Oh dear. It's like, look, America, you've had your fun, okay? But it's time for the grown-ups to be in charge again now. So, I'm not sure I want them back, truth be told. Oh. Yeah. Right. So, yes, model railway inventory. I got a new webcam. It's the same model as the old one, but crucially it's not broken, so the image quality should be slightly better than last time. Ta-da! Right. Now, I vaguely remember where we got up to last time. We were on to the final engine drawer, I think. Now, hold on a minute. Let me just go through my app again and just make sure. Yeah, I've got the pannier, got the C-Class. Don't think I've got Blossom on here. No Blossom. But I do have Bluebell. Don't have Fulham. Oh no, I do have Fulham. My mistake. Okay, so. Alright then. Let's begin with the seriously pretty things. You all know what's coming next, right? Yeah, right. Let's line them up. Right. Alright, that's my first few. Let's do all of these. These are the fragile pretty ones and another one, so I want to get them out of the way. Here we go. Right, so... Oh, hang on. Whoa. No. That's better. Okay, first up on our whistle-stop tour of my collection, Thunderbolt. Which is my only DCC sound model because it came with the figures. Oh, dirty bit of track there, I think. I bloody love the Titfield set. There we are. Right then. So let's pop you over there, like so. Right, and then... Right, we turned that away slightly last time to get a better photo, didn't we? So if I turn that down a smidge as well... There we go. That's better. Alright, cool. Lighting is better that way round, as it turns out. Right, hang on. Phone. Here we are. Right. So, yes, for those of you who haven't seen it before, that's Thunderbolt. It's from Rapido's Titfield Thunderbolt set. And, yes, it is very pretty, and I love her. So, right. Housebook. Add item. Yes. Here we go. Right. Come on, line it up. Yes, there we go. Nice. Okay. Item name, Rapido Titfield Thunderbolt set. Thunderbolt. Brand, Rapido trains, model. Now, do these have model numbers? Shall we go find out? Let's ask our friend Dr. Google. I'm just going to put the microphone back a smidge so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, hello. Do you? That you just getting a little sneak peek at XSplit there. 1 minute. Pop into my settings and I'll fix that. Here we go. Hide XSplit broadcast from display capture. There we go. Boom. Right. Trains Titfield set. Here we go. Titfield Thunderbird Anniversary Range. Look at that. That booklet came with it. It's lovely. Oh, nice. So it was the deluxe train pack. There we go. Excuse me. Alright. And they cost, here we are, serial number 922001, and the price $399.95. There we go. They've got loads of these still for sale in various places, so you know, I highly recommend picking one up if you get the chance. I really don't like that photo. It's too dark, I've decided. What I'm going to do is get some more lighting going here. If I turn the camera lighting up, will that help? Maybe. I don't know. Shall we see? Right. There we are. Edit. Add photo. Right. I'm not sure that's much of an improvement, but we'll go with it anyway. There we go. Nice. That's okay. There we are. Done. Lovely. Right. Excuse me. Right. So, Titfield pack sorted. Now, back to the close-up camera. Let's bring you over here. And we'll put the Hornby one on. This is the Hornby 1401, which I'm pleased to see still works. It had to be rewired because I took it apart to service it and broke the cables. When me and my dad rewired it, we put the wires back the wrong way, so it no longer works in the correct direction. But never mind. It runs, and that's what's important. There we are. Nice. We had a look inside the real Wisbeach tram car at Sheringham. It's a beauty, as was Newstead hauling the quad ups. Newstead looks great hauling those quad coaches. They are stunning, and she is a stunning loco. There we go. Right. Take a look at the app. Right, add item. These are a really bad angle. I'm going to do that again. That's better. Right. So, this one. Here we are. Nope. Here we are. Here we are. That's the fella. Yeah, the Hornby set was a bit of a letdown because they did this lovely 1401 model with its lovely weathered colour scheme, which is quite nice. They did the Braid Van, which was alright, and then they did this really cheap knockoff coach on a low mat, which it just looks a bit naff by comparison to the other two models, but never mind. Yeah, I love my 1401. I am sad Newstead left the MVR. I'm hoping we can convince people to bring her back for a visit at some point, but we shall see. Right, so that is the Hornby. Ah, yes, sod. Alright, hang on. Hold that thought. There we are, right. There's the Hornby 14XX 1401 Titfield Thunderbolt 60th anniversary train set. There we go. Brand is Hornby. Serial number R3186. And the price, well, that's listed at 180, so let's go with that. Da, 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 da. Okay. There we are. Nice, sorted. As I've got the tram car and a Toad, I really should get a 1400. Well, it's funny you should mention that because Dapol 14XXX. Dapol have announced they're doing a new set. And one of them is going to be 1401 in BR black with the GWR scrubbed out. They're nice looking little models, these. Yes, I've got one on pre-order. And yes, it is 1401, and yes, it is sound fitted, because, yes, obviously. They're lovely models. They look really nice. We've not seen a livery for 1401 yet, but the CAD drawings all look very nice, and the engineering samples look really cute. So yeah, if you can get a second-hand Dapol 1401 or a Hornby 1401, great. But if you'd rather save your money and wait for a proper one, these are coming in the next year or so. So yeah, one to think about there. I love the 1400 auto tanks. They're so pretty, really pretty. Right. Anyway, back to the close-up camera. Come on, pretty one. No, I'm not replacing you, by the way. I'm just going to have a pristine one for photographic purposes. And, you know, to look pretty. You're not going anywhere. Don't you worry. What I'm probably going to do is... well, I'll definitely keep this one. But what I'll probably do is add lamps to the new model when it comes as well. So I've got a dishevelled looking 1401... that's film accurate, and a clean, pristine looking 1401 as well. So yeah. Yeah, don't worry, you're not going anywhere, you're not being replaced, you're just having your value enhanced. Never understood why the real 1400s weren't pannier tanks. Might get a second hand one once I've bought a GR J15. The J15 looks nice, it's a nice model. Yeah. Right, so next in the collection is this beauty. Also from the Rapido Trains catalogue. This is Liverpool and Manchester Railway Lion, which, depending on your point of view, is either the depending on your point of view, is either the sister loco of Lion, or Thunderbolt is Lion painted in her film livery. You make of that what you will, whether you want to immerse yourself in the fiction or not. Since they've got different nameplates, I technically say they are sister locomotives. So, but yes, this is so pretty. I really love the muted colour scheme of the restored Lion as it appears in the museum. It is a shame I never got to see it running, but I think for the protection of the loco, it's probably for the best that she doesn't. Here we go. Right then. Oh, no, hold on. We're doing it from the app, aren't we? Here we go. Double gauge locomotives. Here we go. Add item. Right, here we go. There we go. So this is a Rapido, Liverpool and Manchester Railway Lion. I need to remind myself what condition this is supposed to be. Hold on. Liverpool and Manchester Railway Lion. Here we are. I do love the 1930s look, I have to say. But I don't need a third one. I don't need a third one. Yeah. No. Don't need another one. Here we go. Right, Liverpool and Manchester Railway Lion, 1980 condition. That is a Rapido model. The serial number is DCC ready version, so 913002. And the price tag was 17995. Although I think I got it for cheaper than that. I got a very good deal from Model Railway Place in Chester, I think. Ironically, there we are. Because I was in Chester when I went to see Lion in the museum a couple of years ago. So yeah. Anyway, there we go. See, Rapido. There we go. Nice. Lovely. Back to the camera. Wonder if the 1980 version will have the cracks. No, it does not. But yes, I have been and seen the cracked buffer beam, which, for those of you who are not in the know, was a result of damage caused by the film crew making the Titfield Thunderbolt when they drove a Lomac wagon into the back of it at quite high speed. Interestingly, the filmmakers didn't ask consent from the owner of the loco to paint it in that rather fetching red and green Technicolor livery. But as they say, it is easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. So make of that what you will. On next, it's a Hornby model. And I think very appropriate, given this is the year of Rail 200, it's Locomotion, which I believe is in its replica condition rather than its original livery. But that's okay. So I think the 200th anniversary train pack that you can get gives you Lion in its 1930s livery, but slightly more garish. Stevenson's rocket and this, but with a slightly different colour scheme, which is lovely. But I think it's something like £500 or something ridiculous, and it's like, yeah, not worth it when I own 2 out of the 3 models anyway. So yeah, that's Locomotion. It comes with these lovely Victorian gentleman figures. It is very fragile. Can I say, by the way, I hate Hornby's Era 1 couplings, which are these irritating little swing-out chain things that are a nightmare to do. We're but to see Locomotion on the main line at the end of the month. Anyone else going? I was reading about that today. I'm not going, but that sounds amazing. Do have a good time. I'm sure it will be awesome. There we are. No, I've done it wrong again. You meant to do that from the app, Matthew. Come on, sort your life out. I'm sorry. Here we go. Right. There we are. That's it. Right, photo achieved. Right, desktop view. It's the Era 11 one. There we are. Yeah, that's the one. That's it. I think the figures in this CAD drawing version are a little bit more detailed than the actual model, but never mind. Excuse me. Right. Now then, let's write this all down. Hornby, Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway, Locomotion number 1. Serial number is R30346. Price per item out of stock, not helpful. Hang on. Get rid of that, don't need that bit. There we are. Here we go. It's the this is the 200th anniversary version, so slightly different. That one, no, that's the Hornby one. Let's do this properly. That's the club exclusive one, which is slightly different in that it just has the number 1 on it. I did consider getting that one and naming it Iron Girder after the Terry Pratchett novel Raising Steam, but I looked at how fiddly that would be and thought not worth potentially damaging the model. So yes, I decided against that. Da-da-da-dee. Let's try shopping, see what that tells us, if anything. Not that one. I think it's all going to be the newer variations. Oh, is that? That's Mayflower. Nice. Mayflower's lovely engine. No one's going to have it in stock, are they? So, yeah, I don't think we get a price for that one. Version Era 11. Hang on. Let's see. No, they're only going to list that one, aren't they? Okay, well, let's say, because I think that's roughly the price it was new as well. So 159. Oh, hang on a minute. That's got 13% off. So let's go with the non discounted price of 184.99. I think that must be because it comes with that presentation box and stuff. One nameplate, yeah. No. But, tell you what, let's see what eBay has to say on the subject. Here we are. Okay. No, none of these are very helpful either. Isn't there some debate over locomotion too? Possibly. I don't know for certain. That is something I've heard. I have a vague memory of there being some controversy or other. No, that's the new one. Here we are. Let's try that. Here we are. There's one on eBay, currently sold out. You're not going to tell me what the price was? No, of course not. That would be far too useful. Boo! Boo! No, okay, never mind. Here we are. This might be... Yes, that's the one. 155. That sounds more like it. Alright. Let's go with that. 155. Done. Tick. Nice. Nice. That was where I got Lion Chester Model Centre. There we are. Right. Back to the close-up camera. Right. We're going to put all these pretty things away very carefully and move on to something else. Right. So, locomotion, you come first, because you're the fiddliest of the lot. But weirdly, the easiest to put away, because I can just pop her in the drawer and roll her backwards. Come on, Lion. There we go. Here we are. 1401, go back in, and Thunderbolt 2. Right, continuing our fictional locomotives tour are these three. More on those later. First up is this, which is a Bachmann Ivet 2MT tender loco, number 46521. And can anybody tell me what her name is and what she's from? I've probably said before on stream, but you get brownie points if you can tell me. Now, I did have the Hornby version of this, but the motion got all gammed up and wouldn't work anymore, despite me taking it apart and trying to service it. But no, it just wouldn't run anymore, sadly. So I got a Bachmann one for running. And she's very pretty. Anyone want to guess the name and what show or movie she is from? No googling. There we are. It is O Dr. Beeching, and the name of the loco was Blossom. It's well done, Craig. Oh no, I've already done this one. Yeah, I did this one last time. pillar. Alright. 46521 Blossom. That's it. Yes, I remember we did it last time now because I found one that had the nameplate and was very excited by that. So I think in the pilot the Loco doesn't have a nameplate, but she's gained one by episode 2, which is quite lovely. Right. I think these are the last 2 Locos then. No prizes for guessing these ones. So, these are both Hornby models. We've got Thomas, which isn't in bad condition actually. Called Dave the Tank Engine. Yes, that's the one. Oh dear, good old Epping Ongar Railway. Yeah, there we go. So that's Thomas. There we go. Picture time. It is a shame that no one has done a Thomas that is prototypical. I mean, you see people who've done 3D printed versions and they're cracking. I saw one at the Model Railway Club a few weeks ago. They were cracking models from made by a chap who'd come over from America for the Audrey extravaganza. Got 4 Hornby Thomases altogether and a Batman one. Blimey. So they must have done a run of several of them, Hornby. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, earlier versions had a more Railway Series face. Yeah. Here we are. So I think this must be the, let's see here, because helpfully the Thomas the Tank Engine wiki, yes that is a thing, has all of the different versions that you can buy. Now I think the one I've got must be this one. Oh, let's compare them. No, actually, no. This one's got the hexagonal bits on the coupling rods, so that would make it that one, the 1990 model. There we go. Every day's a school day. Yeah, there you go. That's the one with the Railway Series face there, and then that's a later one. That's a later one, and there you go. He's gained the more television series face there, and there he is with the little hexagonal coupling rod screws. There we go. Right then. Cool. So we're looking at the 1990 Thomas. So Hornby 1990 Thomas. Here we are. Now, have they taken this out of the box? Yes, they have. There we go. That one's more pristine than mine. There we are. Just want to see the box label, really. There we go. Boom! That's my boy. Right then. So, that is a Hornby Thomas and Friends Thomas. Thomas the Tank Engine. Brand Hornby, Thomas and Friends. Oh god damn it. I think I've just erased everything I did. Yep, that did. That wasn't very clever. Right, go back and do the photo again. Jeez. Matthew, you are rubbish at this. There we go. And Friends R9287, and the cost, search on Amazon, nothing on Amazon. Yeah, I thought that was probably optimistic. Hornby, no, not listed on there anymore because they've lost the license now, of course. 57, 49.99, 34.99. See, mine's got a little bit of damage, so if there's a pristine one at a reasonable sum, I'll probably go with that price. Oh, definitely that one. The engine sounds exactly the same. Yeah. Okay, let's go for that one's asking price. $34.99. Let's say 35. Actually, what are the other ones going for? 34.52. That's a little optimistic. Loco body and lamps. Oh, mine doesn't have the lamps actually. No, it won't. That was a later model. Let's see. Hornby Thomas the Tank motorised chassis. Chassis. No. What ads are you talking about? I am very confused. Hang on, I'm going to scroll back on YouTube now. Oh, is that bloody Temu again? It bloody is. Absolute. Oh, God's sake. Bloody hellfire. I don't even know what that. So I'm just looking back at it. I don't even know what half of those are. Looks like some kind of marital aid. My God. I'm so sorry. I'm getting demonetised, aren't I? Never mind. Ah, oh, dear. Christ. Give me strength. Right. Hornby. Thomas and Friends. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go 50. Sounds about right based on eBay, doesn't it? Picks up the original E2 from Hornby, and the chassis is quite different in design but same form factor. Yeah, I mean, it's got sort of an E2 look to it, doesn't it, if you look carefully. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because that is very much not the Thomas you see on the television. It's too long for one. The Bachmann one's a bit more screen accurate. That's probably closer to some of the books. The earlier ones maybe, but there we go. Right, back we go. What's next? Close-up camera, here we go. Right. Right, that's Thomas. Oh, next, this little fella. This is Toby, obviously. Some thoughts about this model. It's way too big. I've got a Bachmann Henrietta somewhere. Hang on a minute, let me see if I can find that. Here we are. There we are. So that's Toby. That's Henrietta. Henrietta looks tiny next to Toby. They should be roughly the same height, but they're very much not. Very much not at all. It's excuse me. Yeah. So yeah, bit too chunky Hornby, frankly. But yeah, the Bachmann version of Toby is apparently a lot smaller. But you know, I ain't gonna lose sleep over it. I mainly bought it because Henrietta was bought to complete my Titfield Thunderbolt set from Hornby, because I wanted a carriage that was more like the carriage in the film. So I picked up Henrietta with the thought that one day I might repaint it, and never got around to it, which I'm glad I didn't, because then the Rapido one came along and it was a lot better. There we go. Nice. Anyway, let's get a photo. No. Use the app, Matthew. Get it right. Jesus Christ. Right. There we go. Nice. Hornby modified their tooling to make Thomas. I picked up a Hornby Henry 2. I like it as a decent Black 5 model. Yeah, I think... Yeah, the tooling for the Hornby Henry is very much a Black 5, isn't it? Their Edward's a funny thing, I think. Hang on, see if I can find... somewhere in amongst this lot, the Hornby Edward. Hold on. There we are. Here we are. Yeah, that's the Hornby Edward. It's a funny looking thing. I'm not entirely sure what that's based off. Yeah, I think the Bachmann one has a different cylinder, doesn't it? Hang on. Yeah, that's the Hornby range one. What's the Bachmann one look like? Because I saw someone had words, sentences, phrases adjusted. It's like, oh no, maybe not. No, see that's a bit more screen accurate, isn't it? Yeah. Inside cylinder D49. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, the Bachmann models are more screen accurate, but I think they just look a bit too boxy for me. I like my engines to look a bit more realistic. I mean, like their Thomas model, cracking for a small child because it is very screen accurate, although the face is a bit nightmare fuely. But yeah, cracking little model for children, but it doesn't look real. The Hornby Thomas does look a bit more proportional, which I like about it. Anyway, right, Hornby Toby, that's what we really want next. Right, here we are. There's one. Hornby Northwestern Railway, number 7. Toby. Yeah, it's the funniest looking J70 I've ever seen, but yeah. I am very tempted to pick up a proper J70, but I can't really justify it. Weirdly, they've made the odd design choice of doing this very boxy appearance for the model. So if you look inside there, they've put it on a chassis with a proper coupling rod, which I don't think you can ever see on it from track level. Hang on. You maybe get a slight glimpse of it if you're sort of eye to eye with it, but yeah, not unnecessary. You probably could have chucked something that didn't have the coupling rods in there and it would have been fine, but don't know. Anyway, brand Thomas and Friends. R9 46. There we are. What's that going for? I did not pay anywhere near that much for it. I think they're pricing themselves out of the market a little bit there, actually. Let's go to eBay. Here we are. This is a bit more like it. Oh, there's a... Hang on a minute. Did I just see... Oh, hello. That's a back jumper that's been weathered. Oh, that's very pretty. I like that. That's a lovely weathering job, actually. Look at all that rust. Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted by pretty things. Here we go. 52.73. Good God. Good God. Actually, these are pretty pricey. I did not pay anywhere near that much for this model. Let's see. Between sort of 50 and 60 people seem to be asking, so we'll go 50, lower end of the scale. I did not pay anywhere near that much for him. It was about 30 when I bought him. There we go. Oh, you're kidding me. No, I'm not. It's deleted the whole damn thing. Right, never mind. Try again. There we are. Right. 1B. Thomas. Okay. Price, let's go 50, we said, didn't we? Oh, I haven't done the serial number. R9046. There we go. Nice. And that, I think, is the end of the engine collection. So... yeah, Edward's a weird one. I can't... You look at him in the books. I mean, all of the engines change throughout the books. Yeah, they all start off in a certain shape and colour scheme and then just evolve over time to become completely different engines. But yeah, Edward's... Edward and James, I would say, are the two that I find it difficult to pin down what they're clearly based on. Yeah, you know, you look at the other locos like Gordon. Well, that's meant to be an A1 or an A3 rather. Henry Black 5, you know, sort of very similar to that. Other locomotive types, presumably. Yeah, you know, there's very obvious prototypes for some of them, but Edward and James particularly are a bit harder to pin down. But yeah. Yeah, I got the Hornby Percy train back where he came with two really long troublesome trucks. Got it cheap, so I don't mind. Yeah, Hornby and their comical misproportioned sizes. Never mind. Anyway, let's pop these back. There we go. Nice. Yeah. Nice. The Rapido 01 is coming soon. Which is a loco I've ordered a while ago. It'll be nice when that turns up. I'm looking forward to that. Hey. Nice. Pretty engines, the 01s. So very similar to the C-Class, which is why I didn't get the South Eastern Chatham Railway green model. But I've ordered the Bluebell Bramble one because I like the livery and it'll match my Bluebell. Midland 3 or 4F tooling that was modified to add the front pony truck. Yeah, that's... yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Right, what's next? Carriages. That's what's next. Here we go. Got some coaches. Various bits and bobs here. We'll start with this one, which is a Bachmann, I think. Is this Bachmann? Yes, Bachmann auto coach, which I bought because I bought a BR Green 1400 at Getz a few years back, and said, well, if I've got a proper 1400, because I didn't have one up until that point, the only 1400 loco I owned was 1401, and I thought, well, if I've got a proper one now, I should probably have an auto coach to go with it, and so I got the auto coach and to go with the auto tank, and oh, come on, get on the track. There you go. That's what they should look like. Put them on the track together, actually. There we are. Stop rolling away. Come on, behave yourselves. There we are. Nice. Ooh. Yeah, this little auto tank cost me about £25, so it's a little bit worn out and doesn't like going in reverse. But weirdly, perfectly happy going forwards. No, I can't explain it either. Right. I've just realised one of the feed pipes on the auto tank is loose. I'm trying to push it back in, but it doesn't want to. No. Okay, never mind. No biggie. Right. Anyway, so yes, Bachmann auto coach. I thought I'll get it in BR blood and custard because I think that is the smartest carriage livery. Apart from teak, obviously, which is just special in its own right. But yeah, here we are. Right. the number on this one? 234. And I found one on Olivia's Trains, which is quite handy because that shows you what price they're asking for it at the moment. Come on, Matt, open the app, behave, come on, sort your life out, here we go. Coaches, add item. Go. Backman, GWR, Hawksworth, Auto Trailer, BR Crimson Cream. Number W234. Brand is Backman. Serial number 39. I haven't switched over to the desktop view, have I? There we go. That's not very clever. Right, let's try that. I bought an ERTL pullback Thomas the Tank Engine. Never has lost it. Oh. It's a shame. Yeah, the tender drive models are a bit naff. Like, I've got 3 Duchesses that are tender drive, and the motors are awful, but they're very pretty, so I would never give them up. Right, here we go. Let's go 62, because that's the price on this website. There we go. Done. Right. Up next, we got these two, which are the Royal Mail TPO coaches that Backman released a couple of years ago, I want to say. And these are rather lovely too. I especially like these two because they come with the TPO nets, which the newer livery does not. They don't fold out or anything, they're purely there for decoration. But they look really nice, and I like them, so I got the pair because I thought they looked rather nice. Right, come up, behave. Yeah, right, cool. No, I did it again. Hold on, do this properly. Right, here we go. There we are. Let's go out and find these two. Backman TPO. Oh, this is not the right one, but I do like that BR blue look, actually. That's rather nice. Here we are, coaches. Let's search TPO. Here we are. Royal Mail. Here we are. Yeah, they did a lot of different variations of this, but none of them really match. None of these are the correct one. Hold on. Yeah, that's the ones. There we go. Right. Red with net. There we are. Yeah, because they did do these ones as well, which are a bit closer to what the Nene Valley Railway ones are, but they didn't have the nets on them. So I thought, I want the nets. So I've got the ones with the nets on. Pretty self-explanatory. Right. Here we are. If we zoom in on here, yeah, there you go, that's the correct one. So, Bachmann, BRPOS, Post Office, sorting van, number W80301. Brand Bachmann, serial number 39-421C. Here we are. Nice. Mallard and Scotsman as a kid. Nice. I've got two A4s. I've got Bitten and I've got Sir Nigel Gresley in LNER Blue. Yeah, I think they're both tender driven and again a bit hit and miss. Yeah. Here's a question. Can you copy these? You can. Awesome. So, with that in mind then, let's move these to one side. There we go. It's exactly the same, except the number is 302. And it is 421D rather than 421C. Cool, we're saving time already. Price $72.95. There we go. Again, didn't pay that much for either of those. I think I got them as I think these might have been a Getz purchase as well. They were a certain price individually, but because I bought two, I got a deal on them. The storeholder said, you know, since you're buying two, I'll let you have it for this much, and I went deal and bit his hand off. With hindsight, this might be why I own so much random tat. But we won't worry about that too much. Anyway, close-up camera. There we go. Right. Pop these away. Up next, these are a bit unique, these ones actually. These are the Chesham Metropolitan Railway carriages, which are 3D printed models, and I forget who it was who manufactures these. But they're lovely, and I bought them to go behind my Metropolitan one. And they go really well, but they match with lots of other things beautifully, including, hold that thought, I think these look particularly nice as Annie and Clarabelle with the Hornby Thomas. I think that works rather nicely. They look a little bit closer to how Annie and Clarabelle looked in the books, which makes me very happy. But no, genuinely lovely little models, these. I forget who 3D printed them, so I shall go away and find out in just a moment. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, because I can see which way the wind is blowing here, I'm going to unplug the controller and use this long bit of track to do photos for a minute, because I think that will serve us better. Put these to one side. There we go. Right. And there you have it. There's my 3 Chesham carriages. Well, model railway prices are a joke these days. There we go. Nice. Now then. Here we are. These are them. £130. CDC design. There we go. CDC do some lovely 3D prints actually. We'll have a look at them. There you go. So you can get Ashbury ones, Dreadnought ones, Gresley push-pull carriage. I've not seen that one before. The milk van from the Metropolitan Railway. They also do some loco bodies that go with various things as well. So yeah, well worth a look if you're looking for some slightly unusual models. But I went for the Chesham ones because they're slightly unusual and looked rather nice. So that's what I went with. And I've got to say, I'm really pleased with them. They're really nice little models. I think actually they've the guy who does these has improved the models somewhat since then, because I think the door handles on these ones look hand painted, whereas these aren't hand painted. They're I mean the carriages are clearly painted, but he's not gone to the extra detail of the of doing the door handles or anything. But still, very nice all the same. My only criticism of the ones I have is this buffer has snapped off a couple of times and I've had to reglue it, but it's 3D printed model. Railroad Mark ones look fine, just swap the plastic wheels for back with metal ones. I've not had any Hornby Railroad Mark ones, but I think Mark ones you can't really go wrong with cheap and cheerful. You know, the colour schemes look nicer these days. I've got some Hornby ones upstairs, which are, rather than being crimson and cream, are crimson and bright yellow, which looks slightly odd. But yeah, I've also got some Bachmann ones in there, which I'll get to in a minute, I expect. I've just realised the chat's disappeared again. 1 second. Excuse me. Anyway, so Chesham stock. Let's get these logged. Add item. Oh, you're going to make me take the picture again? Of course you are. Bloody thing. There we go. Here we go. CDC design Metropolitan Railway Chesham push-pull. Times 3 carriages. Brand CDC design. Serial number not applicable. Price is £130 for the lot. Here we are. Nice, right. I'll get these put away. Bring out the next lot. Next up, we have these absolute monstrosities. I'm being a little unfair there. These are Hornby's Liverpool and Manchester Railway third class carriages. I'm just going to hold this up to the camera quite closely and hope the autofocus kicks in like a year or two. Come on, there we are. Right. You see that chain at the end there? That is a pain in the backside for those of you who don't have any Era 1 rolling stock, and I'll show you why. Because this is how you couple them together. Like that. And they almost immediately fall off. And if you lose it, you're stuffed, because you can't easily get hold of spare parts, as I understand it. I'm sure if you wrote to Hornby they'd send you some spare ones, but still. Yeah, they're nice little models, and they do go well with Lion and Locomotion, which is mainly why I got them. So I had some Era 1 rolling stock to pull. In fact, if I get Lion out, we can see them in action. Because I have swapped out the Rapido Lion's NEM coupling for a chain one. Which again, fiddly little sod. Right, here we are. Yeah, see, immediately that one has pinged off into the ether. There we are. Hello, Ravenhawk, good to see you. All's well in many ways, but all is not well in others. Oh dear, there's some very angry cats outside. That's not good. Right, here we go. And immediately the chain has pinged off again. You see the problem? Fiddly little sods these. Right, here we go. Lift up timber, try and drop it onto the coach. There we go. So a NEM coupling is just much easier. I don't know why Hornby didn't just use NEM couplings. It would make much more sense, but anyway, never mind all that. Probably ought to plug in some track that's powered if I'm going to make that work, wouldn't I? Hang on. There we are, nice. Plug in, and away we go. See, they look the part, don't they? They're nice. Perfect for chugging up and down a little demonstration track, or similar. It just looks the part, doesn't it? I really like those. I just wish the couplings weren't so fiddly. Oh, you're going back to college, Ravenhawk. That's awesome. What are you doing there? Okay. Yeah, so you see, I like these, but I just wish the couplings weren't so fiddly. Because, you know, quite frankly, I'm cack-handed and things like that keep happening. And you know full well these are going to go missing at some point. But there we are. Anyway. Come on, Lion. Back you go. Don't pick up by the coupling rods, Matthew. That's really stupid. They're fragile. There we go. Right. So there we are. That's the Liverpool and Manchester Railway open carriage set. Comes in a pack of 3. There we are. Digital media design and production. Nice. Oh well, I wish you luck with that. That's awesome. I'm super happy about that. I'm really pleased for you, mate. Go get them qualifications. Excuse me. See, this is why I bought the nail out earlier. That's it, right. Unplug the controller again. Right. So we got Hornby, Liverpool and Manchester Open coaches. Here we are. Open third class coach. Yeah, that's the individual one. I want the 3-pack. That's Jenny Kirk's channel, that. See, these are the right type, but they came in a 3-pack. I can't remember where I got them. That's the one. There we are. I don't know why that's listed as the Royal Mail Train Pack, because that clearly isn't it. There they are. Right. There we go. Right then. Hornby, Liverpool and Manchester Railway. Open carriage. 3rd class. Triple pack. Brand is Hornby. Serial number R40102. Price £85. Lovely. We're rattling through these beautifully now. Right. So to put these away, you take the chain and drop that in there, and then you take that chain and drop that in there, and then you pick all 3 up and hope to God you don't drop them before you get them to the box. Ah, dear. Right. There we are. So one there. One there. And one there. Awesome. These are sort of tucked in the same bit of the drawer as the 3rd Chesham stock coach, because the Chesham coaches to take up a single one of the trays, compartment of the trays, and then the 3rd sits nicely in there, and that just leaves a little bit of room for those. But yes, right. Next up. Up next we have these. These are very much generic teak Great Northern Railway carriages, but they look good behind anything of that sort of era. So nice. Now these are lovely little carriages and they go well with basically everything, so let's pick something. C-Class. Haven't run the C-Class properly for a while. Now, from a prototypical point of view, this train is completely wrong. But, rule 1, it's my railway, I'll run what I want. I think this has a very Bluebell Railway type look to it. Okay, so the demonstration track is not very long, so poor 583 here does not get much of a run. You get the idea. So I have got some, excuse me, some Metropolitan and London and North Western Railway Evolution carriages from Rapido on order at some point, which is very nice. So that they will be coming out some point. Well, the London and North Western ones are due either late this year or early next year, and then the Metropolitan ones haven't got a date yet because that's their second batch. But these will look good. Those will look good. The Metropolitan ones will look good behind the C-Class and all the London Transport Metropolitan Railway stuff I own. But these also look rather nice. With any rolling stock of this sort of era, really. Although these would probably look better behind a diddy little tank engine. So, in that spirit, bear with. Shuttle back that way. There we go. Here is a diddy little tank engine. That's better. Nice. Just checking something here. No, because when I bought these, I was told they came with the little lighting packs installed, but they did not, which I was very annoyed about. But that is what I use to light up the engine shed. I don't know if you can see that from here. Ah, yes you can, there you go. Yeah, I used one of the things from these carriages to fit a little lighting strip into the engine shed there, which just turns on and off by means of this little magnet, which I think looks rather nice. Yeah, anyway, there we go. Right, back to the carriages. So we'll take them one by one. I need to remind myself which of these are. I think I'm just going to have to go rummaging in the depths of the internet for these, because I cannot for the life of me remember which one is which. So bear with me a moment while I do some Google searching. Now, right, here we are. Oh, you got one of the Bachmann ones. Nice. I would get the Bachmann ones, but they are horrendously expensive. Those ones. But yes, they are rather nice. How much are they out of interest? Shall we have a look? Here we are. Yeah, at $109.95 a piece, that felt potentially over expensive for something I would run with one loco. Or two locos. I've got the coal tank and I've got hang on. Hardwick. I have both of those things, but yeah, these felt very pricey. I think the Evolution ones are slightly cheaper for a 3-pack. Let's have a look. Yeah, so for a 3-pack it's $1.99. So you know, you do the maths. But these are rather lovely. They're not prototypically Northwestern only, but you get a 3-pack of them, which is just about the right size for a model railway train consist, I think. Yes, they'll look very nice indeed. Anyway, what was I doing? Yes, looking up the Hornby GNER GNER 4-wheelers. Excuse me. Right. Right, here we are. We've got that one. We definitely got that one. That's a 6-wheeler. That's a 6-wheeler. Those are all 6 wheels. No, it's not any of those. Excuse me. Dear oh dear. It's not this one. Where are they? I'm never going to find all of these, am I? Let's see. That's the one. I just really need to find somewhere. See, again, bloody Temu ads. Go away. Don't want to see you. Here we are. So, yeah, this is the Hornby set. Hornby GNER 4-wheel coach. Right, let's do a search on here. Here we are. Right, that one. That one. Oh no, that's the lights fitted one. We don't want that one. This one. This one. This one. And this one. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on, one of these is wrong. 1. 1534. Now I think I do have that one. Hang on a second. Let's work this out. 1534. That's one. Tick. I mean, we're getting closer to my ad preferences internet, but that's not it at all. Right. 1534. That's the lights fitted one, wasn't it? 1505. That was one of the 3rd class ones, which is one of these two. 1505, that one. 1636, that's that one. And then we've got the, come back, don't run away. Come on, behave yourself. We've got 836, which is that one. And we've got this one here, which, dun-dun-dun. Here we are, 399, I think. 399, that one, right. So we'll photograph that one first. And I think what we're going to do is copy across everything. So if we open the Hornby website there, that should give us a price for... No, it won't. Okay, fine. Alright, that's on me. My bad. Let's see. 34.95. Here we are. What are these going for now? 34.95. Yeah, if we go with that, we'll say 35 for everything. Right. That one was first. So add item. Right. Here we go. GNR Hornby, GNR 4-wheel coach, brake 3rd class, number 399. Brand is Hornby, serial number R459. Price £35. There we go. Nice. Tick, and then here's the clever bit. We'll go there. We'll copy. We'll take a photo of the next one. We'll work out what the next one's going to be in a second. Close that. Let's do the brake next. Here we go. There we go. Click. And now, passenger brake. Brake number 836. Everything remains the same except we change the serial number to 60. Tick. Nice. Copy. Move on to the next one, whichever that may be. Not that. 4-wheel coach 3rd class 1636. Which one are you? 1636. Right. Swap you over. Do the photo again. There you go. Nice. Coach 3rd class, number 1636. Excuse me, and that's 458. Tick. On to the next one. And that one is coach 3rd class, number 1505. Which one of you is 1505? That one. You can go live with your friends. And that is 58A. Oh. Blast it. There we go. Third time's the charm. Right, here we go. This app is getting on my nerves. SECR birdcage is still a lot. Would like to run with someone with 592. I don't really know. Nicer than most American Bachmann passenger cars, obviously. They're really nice, the Bachmann sort of era 2 stuff. Here we go. GNL4 coach number 1505. 58A. There we go. And tick. I've done this properly. I should have 4 of those now, which I do. Excellent. So now it's just the first class one. Is this one here? Here we go. Right. Swap you over. If we open one of these and copy it, and same process as before, really. There we are. Nice. Coach. Why are you upside down? Shall we try that again? There we go. That's better. Right. That is number 1534. And that is R457. Tick. Nice. This isn't becoming tedious at all. Right, next one. Let's do Henrietta, since we've got her out the box anyway. So we might as well. Right. Back on Henrietta. That's the one. £22.95. Yeah, that sounds about right. £20 was about what I paid, I think. Here we are. Cheltenham Model Centre. Do you actually have one? You do. £22.90. Fab. Okay. Add item. So this is a Bachmann Northwestern Railway coach Henrietta. Brand is Bachmann, model is Thomas, the tank, engine and friends. Serial number 77028BE BE. Price £22.90. Tick. Nice. Cool. I think I'm going to call it a day there because I'm starting to struggle to speak again. The chat's gone off again, for God's sake. Useless. Absolutely useless. Shall we find out how much those South Eastern and Chatham Railway gauge. Let's see. Here we are. Well, Kerr now doesn't have them listed anymore. Okay. Let's see. That's in Southern Railway livery. Rails of Sheffield. Here we are. £54.95 a Southern livery one. They're going for at the moment. Yeah, these are all the Southern ones. Yeah, they're sort of the £50-60 mark at the moment. Yeah, but those are all in Southern livery. I don't know if you can get any sort of South Eastern Chatham Railway red ones anymore. Ah, right. I'm gonna call it a night because I annoyingly still have paperwork to do because I've got guard duty on Friday and I don't have time to do it tomorrow. So I've got to do that, but then I will go to bed. That's a promise. Sort out the YouTube chat before we go. Come on, behave. Come on, behave yourself. No, you're not going to behave yourself. Okay, fine. Well, that's just dreadful of you. You're not being a team player at all. There we are. No, okay. You suck at this. I know. Right, let's see. Change. Logging into YouTube. I know I'm bothering. I'm ending the stream in a minute. They are Matter Productions. Authorized. Close that. Wait for XSplit to sort itself out. Come along. Behave. There we go. Click OK. And that should bring the chat up in time for... There we go. Just in time, second night. Right, there is no stream next week because I am going to see Inside Number 9 at the theatre, which I'm really looking forward to, actually. And then the following week, I have railway business to attend to, so I will not be back then either. So we will see each other next on the 24th of September, so in 3 weeks' time. I really need my life to slow down a bit. Hopefully this is it for a little while now. But yes, board meeting coming up on that day. And then nothing for a few weeks. So yeah, don't know what we're doing yet. Maybe something Dalek-y because someone asked me about that. Right, I'm going now. I'll see you all later. Much love to all of you. See you in a few weeks. And yeah, hope life treats you well for the next few weeks until I see you again. Adieu. May we see each other again very soon indeed. Love you guys. Take care. See you soon. Bye.